Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Talk Okay. I'm here, my sidekick is here, and so is our guest. Let's get started. Who do we have on today's show?
Today we have singer, songwriter, musician, one talented person, Erin Greider.
Wow, I can't wait to learn more.
Absolutely.
But before we get started, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Fade Life Clothing, BCK Online, and Link PR. Fade Life Clothing is a unique clothing line out of Atlanta, Georgia, geared towards those who love intoxicating style.
And BCK Online is a digital online magazine that keeps you in the know and up to date on the lives of young entertainers, rising stars, parents, and much more.
And Link PR is definitely the missing link to your success in the entertainment industry. I'm glad Fade Life Clothing, BCK Online, and Link PR are all back for another season. Now then, go grab your snacks, sit back, relax, and as always, enjoy the show! Erin, welcome to the show. We're glad you could join us for an episode of Just Talk Okay.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for being on. So let's get into it. All right, so you're a musician. Tell us how you got started in the industry.
So I started writing songs when I was super young. My best friend's dad was in a garage band, so I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I started writing with her when we were like 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I just kept going with it. And then when I was around 12, I had a vocal coach, and my mom strongly encouraged me to show him my songs, and I was so shy, but I did it. And then he ended up being the person that I ended up writing with. And then he introduced me actually to the producer that I'm still working with now, like 10 years later. So it's crazy.
Oh, that is kind of awesome.
That
That's
is.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super nice to feel like it's been, a little family for so long.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, how would you describe your sound?
I would say it's definitely pop melodies with rock influenced music, is how I would best describe it.
Okay. Now, who would you say have been some of your personal musical influences?
So all-time favorite bands are Queen and Bowie, and more current bands that I really like are like Muse and Alice Merton. It's hard to say who's directly influenced my music because I just kind of write how I'm feeling and I don't really think about what it exactly sounds like, but I'm sure they have, seeped into my brain just because I grew up loving them so much.
Right, yeah.
Right.
I love Queen, so
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I was actually listening to Bowie the other day in the car.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah, there's a documentary about him coming out soon that I'm super excited for.
Oh, wow. Really?
Where's it
Yeah.
going to be on?
I actually saw it when I was at an AMC, just a trailer for it. So,
Cool.
yeah.
He was like one of the best band, like the 80s music. Yeah, I love 80s music, so.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how he comes up with it.
All right. Now, what would you say is the hardest thing about being a musician?
I would say the hardest thing about being a musician is just the fact that you have no choice but to be so vulnerable. And, writing is so personal, which is how it should be. And that's what makes it so great. But that also is the hardest thing because then everybody, has assumptions and you worry about what people think, but you just have to go with it.
That's true.
That
I
is
mean, I
true.
guess to be like a really good, singer, songwriter, actor, or whatever, you have to have the people connect with you.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
like definitely
The most important thing.
Yeah, you have to be vulnerable. So
Definitely.
Now, how would you want to see the music industry evolve?
That's a tough question since I am like just getting my foot into it. I don't have, probably not the wisest perspective, but I would really like to see it kind of move away from leaning so much on social media just
Right.
because I don't know. I think social media has the obvious pros, but it also has its cons that I'm sure everyone's aware of.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so having to figure out the boundaries that you need to set for yourself to feel comfortable when you are trying to become, a somewhat public figure and you want people to connect with you from all over the world. But yeah, just setting boundaries with that is tough.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
Definitely.
Now,
Yeah.
what is the one genre of music that you haven't performed that you would like to try, and why?
Good question. I mean, since I grew up loving rock music, I would love to lean more into that and a little more, hardcore rock music, which I think is really fun, with my voice, which is not, hardcore. It's pretty soft.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And I also love classical music, but I don't know if I could play it. But my
I-
goal is to learn
Yeah,
how to play the pipe organ.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Now
Yeah, it's
that's
super unique.
that's a big, like, unique, lofty, like this.
Yeah,
They're huge.
Those things are like
Yeah, they're
ginormous.
massive, and there's a lot going on. But yeah, that's a pipe dream, or hopefully not a pipe dream, but a goal.
Okay.
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 All right. Now, you just released your debut album, Sim Controllers. Tell us about the
Mhm.
project.
Yeah, so as I said, I've been writing for forever, but music kind of took a backseat for me when I went to film school actually. So I was kind of focusing on that. And songs weren't coming to me as often. But then when the pandemic hit and I wasn't going to classes anymore and everything was online, I kind of had the chance to, as I'm sure everyone did, just kind of be forced to sit with your feelings and
Right.
kind of process everything that had happened the past few years. So these songs just came together really, really naturally. And I reached out to the producer that I've worked with since I was 15 that I kind of mentioned earlier, and he liked them and wanted to have me come into the studio and record them. And I met him. His name is Alex Helena, and then Marcel Miranda, who's actually playing with guitars with me now.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, the three of us made the whole thing in pretty short amount of time, like a month or two. And originally, I wanted to put out some of the songs that I had written when I was a lot younger. But Alex was like, no, you know what? These are fresh. You just got to go with it. So I trusted him, and I'm really happy that I did. And performing them live is like seeing a new life in them. So that's been really cool too.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Yeah.
going back to live concerts and people getting out and enjoying the music, that's
Yes.
a unique experience.
Yeah, it is.
So nice. It feels so good to be able to do that now after being isolated for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
All right. So you are a guitar, bass, drum, and piano player. So what instrument did you start with first, and which would you say is your favorite?
Yeah. So I started with guitar when I was around 7.
Oh, wow.
After seeing, I don't know if you guys have seen Lindsay Lohan's Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee
Yeah.
Curtis. Yeah, I
Love it.
Love that
loved
movie.
that movie so much when I was a kid, and I just thought she was the coolest person when she did that guitar solo. So that's what made me wanna, learn to shred. And so I started with guitar, and I continued that through high school. I went through ups and downs. I wasn't the best at practicing. Like I just was not very disciplined growing up. But I did start drums and then piano, and then I finally started bass. I saved up enough money to buy my own bass, and that quickly became my favorite, and that still is like my main instrument now. I just think it sounds so soothing, and it's kind of the
It does,
heart of
yeah.
the band, I think. My unbiased opinion.
I agree.
I agree. Definitely.
I still am going to learn to play the drums.
Oh, no.
Every girl that comes out
Oh,
and
yes.
she plays the drums, you're my hero. I love it.
It's so fun. Yeah, you should.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Oh, no.
Watch me get my own drum kit and just
You need to.
go insane in here.
Oh, boy. I get a headache. All right. We're going to go to a quick commercial break.
Erin,
Okay,
would you
sounds
stay
good.
around with us and hang out for the fun round?
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
All right, guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Oh, welcome back, guys.
If you're not downloaded the Anchor.fm app,
do it.
Start making your own podcast today, and let's get back into the show.
The fun round.
Alrighty, Erin. So what would you say is your favorite city and why?
I'm so biased. I'm a native Angelino, born and raised in LA, and I'm so appreciative that I've grown up in a city that values art and music and film. So I think that is a big part of who I am. So
LA it is.
I love it there.
I do too. LA is awesome.
Yeah.
Except for the driving right by the Getty.
Like the 405.
Oh, the mountain.
Oh my gosh, the 405 is like purgatory.
I always fell asleep on the ride.
You did.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah, the 405 is the only. I was in a mini fender bender. My friend was driving on the 405, so I'm still very scared to drive it.
Oh wow. See, I'm not by myself because it just feels like, kind of when you go around that one little bend and the mountains get really close to you. Yeah. It's
I can see why that's
people are very, very aggressive drivers here, which you have to be, but some people take it too far.
That's true. Okay, so it's time to write the theme song of your life. What's the title? And besides yourself, who would you love to record it with?
Oh, that's so hard. I have no idea, and I feel like that could also be the title.
That's kind of a good title.
Yeah, fitting. But who would I like to have it recorded? Honestly, like a band like Muse or a glam rock band like the Struts or Måneskin would be super fun. I'd be honored.
That would be fun, yeah.
That would be fun. Okay, I'm buying it. Or downloading it.
Download.
Yeah, well, you have to buy it to download.
True. All right. So, what is the one song that you'd like to cover and why?
Honestly, a goal of mine is to be able to sing and play Hysteria. I don't know if you guys know that Muse song.
I know that song, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that song. And it's a pretty busy bass line, but it's not too syncopated, so I think it could be done. So that's a goal.
Okay.
All right, that's a good little work towards, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's a good one.
All right, so what would you say is the best board game ever?
I have to go with Monopoly. I get super competitive. Yeah. I'm not like a competitive person in like real life things, but on board games and air hockey, I'm a sore loser.
Oh yeah.
That's
true. So we're right there with you.
Our air hockey specifically.
Air hockey gets bad when we play together.
I challenge you.
Okay.
Next time you're in LA.
Yes, next time we're in LA, we're going to let you know. And we're all going out for air hockey.
They get very aggressive over here.
Air hockey and Monopoly.
And Monopoly, too.
We will all sit down for a game of Monopoly.
We had a Monopoly game that lasted till almost midnight.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It can get intense, yeah.
Okay, so mark that on your calendar when we're coming to LA.
Perfect.
We're game nighting it.
Yep.
Love it.
Okay, so Halloween is coming up here in a couple of weeks. What would you like to do? Would you do ghost hunting or would you just watch them on TV?
Ooh, I've never thought about ghost hunting. That could be kind of fun, but
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out, guys. I'll watch them on TV.
Yeah, I am like such a scaredy cat with horror movies, like the modern ones, but I love like old Universal monster movies. Like I really love those because they're not too scary,
Yeah.
I loved the Elm Street movies.
Yeah,
they were hilarious.
I don't know. Yeah. Those first started freaking me out. I don't know.
Really?
I mean, you could kind of see that it's like cheesy horror, but yeah, no.
No Freddy Krueger?
Nope, no Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could take 5 things to the island, what would they be?
Probably to keep myself entertained, maybe a guitar, a camera, a journal. Maybe I'd take a scrapbook just so I don't forget anyone while I'm on my little island. What else? Oh, probably sunscreen as a practical measure.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. No one has ever said like a photo
Sunscreen.
album
Or
or photo
sunscreen.
screen or sunscreen. Those are two very good ones.
Oh, really? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. I'm a foodie over here, so here's my foodie question.
Okay.
Toasted Pop-Tarts or eat them cold and raw?
This is so embarrassing. I've never had a Pop-Tart.
Really?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, no. I'm
Huh.
sheltered, I guess.
Wow.
Do you
We're
have a
going to have to
different?
change that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to change
Yeah.
that for you, Erin.
Yeah, 23 years old, never had a Pop-Tart.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, when we come for game night, we're bringing the Pop-Tarts.
bringing the
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay. So if you had 24 hours to do whatever you wanted, what would you do?
That sounds so nice.
You know, right?
It really does.
Yeah, I would probably go for like a really long drive. I'm a big fan of maybe up the coast, so Big Sur or something. And probably just watch as many movies as I can fit in.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a big hobby of mine.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
movies too.
I love watching movies, yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah? What are your favorite movies?
Oh yeah, let's see. For me, it would have to be like I love all the Star Wars movies, well, except for the last three.
Fun.
Ignoring the last three, yeah. The Underworld. Of course, I also said Elm Street.
Yeah.
For old movies, definitely. Some of those.
What about you, Erin?
I'm like a big like classic movie fan, so I would say Sunset Boulevard from 1950. And I love Hitchcock as well.
Okay,
So,
those are some
yeah.
good ones.
There are some good ones.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to be the complete oddball of the group. I want to say one of my y'all are gonna laugh at me. Don't laugh too hard.
Uh-oh.
One of my favorite movies of all times. Well, it's a tie between Mean Girls and Clueless.
Okay,
That's
Mean Girls is
fair.
actually good though.
Mean Girls is really good.
That's
Clueless,
fair. Those are iconic.
They are, yeah.
Exactly. I can watch those any day, all day. Those are two of my favorites.
No, there's something to be said for movies that are just entertaining and make you feel good.
Exactly. Right on.
Now, what is the one thing on your bucket list that you still haven't done yet?
So many things. I've been really lucky to grow up with a family that really values traveling, so I have gotten my fair share, and I'm really grateful for that. I've never been to Asia though, so that's on my bucket list. I really want to go to Vietnam and Japan and Thailand. Those just look like insane places.
I definitely want to go to Japan.
Right?
Yeah.
It looks so crazy and
It does.
beautiful and just so different from here.
Exactly.
And I love that.
I think my bucket list is definitely Korea. I'm dying to get over to South Korea. I just cannot wait. I have this obsession with South Korea, so I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've had a few friends that have been and they've absolutely loved it. So I would love to get the chance to.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. You have one person to give a shout out to. Who is it and why'd you pick them?
I have to combine it and say both my parents. Sorry, that's cheating a little bit. But yeah, they've just been so supportive and I feel so lucky to have parents that support me doing something creative and unpredictable. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have.
That is. Definitely. Well, shout out to Erin's parents.
Mm-hmm. All right. What is the one piece of advice you would give to people who want to be in this industry?
I would say just trust your gut always, and it is a lot easier once you really know yourself. There were a lot of times since I have kind of been orbiting the industry since I was so young that, like, one example was when I just mentioned that I like rock music, someone was like, okay, well, you've got to get out your leather and dye your hair. And I don't know if you guys like have seen a picture of me or anything, but like that's so not me.
Yeah.
So I just was like, that is not natural. And they also were like, if you want to be a writer, you have to write to a track. And that's not how I would like to write either. But they were like, okay, we have to see what you can do. So they gave me a drum track, so nothing behind it. And I was like, okay. And I came back and I wrote a song called Puppeteer. And it was because I am such a shy person that I wasn't able to stand up for myself with words. But the song kind of did it for me, and they kind of backed off a little bit, which is quite nice.
That's
awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
In addition to all that you have going on, what's next for you?
So I am working on the next album.
Oh, wow.
Which is I think my favorite part is just be writing it, and I like to have it all written before I go record anything because I like the full story. The film kid in me. I like to know exactly like the beginning, middle, and end before I start recording it. So that's the main thing, and obviously working on performing live. I just did my first show a few months ago, which has been really exciting, and yeah, I would love to start marrying film and music a little bit more since that is what I spent so much of my time doing in film school and even before. So yeah, that'd be really nice to kind of figure out how to bring both of those into my life.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
That does.
Like you can direct your own film and then score the entire project.
Exactly. Or even just like directing music videos. Like they are so intertwined in so many ways.
They are.
That's
awesome.
True. Now, what is the one thing you want your audience to know about you?
Ooh, tough question. This is cheesy, but I would just want them to know how grateful I am if they've listened to the album or if they've come to a show. Like it really does mean the world to me. And I mean, even your audience, like listening to me on this podcast, like I'm so grateful that they're taking the time out of their busy day to listen to little unknown me. It's really nice, and I really appreciate it.
Wow.
That is so sweet.
That is
just awesome.
Right. And my final question is, where can people find you on social media?
So my handle is at Erin Greider Music. So ErinGreider Music. And I would love to connect with you guys over that.
All right, Erin. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. We have really enjoyed having you on.
You
You have to come back.
I love it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy the show? I know we did. Make sure to check out Erin's social media. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. To play us out, here's Erin's song, Not Anymore, from her debut album, Sim Controllers. Peace out, everyone.
I don't know what changed, if something I did was wrong. You say it's fine, that you can lie more than I thought. Was it real, or was it a game? 'Cause out of the blue, you changed. You used to like my heart, like my brain, steal kisses in the rain. Not anymore, no, not anymore. You used to drive me home, say goodnight, want me close all the time. Not anymore, no, not anymore. I miss it. I must have missed when we decided this was for the taking. You act like the fault is mine, but it's my heart that's breaking. Was it real, or was it a game? 'Cause out of the blue, you used to like my heart, like my brain, steal kisses in the rain. Not anymore, no, not anymore. You used to drive me home, say goodnight, want me close all the time. Not anymore, no, not anymore. I miss it. I wish I had answers, 'cause it's killing me. How you went from in love to not being seen. I pray it was honest in the beginning, but I have my doubts since you found it so easy to leave. You used to like my heart, like my brain, steal kisses in the rain. Not anymore, No, not anymore. You used to